That's why now I can't call him. He's on the camera. I can't talk to him. But anyway, he's going like, oh, yay, Jim can't call me today. So anyway, thanks to him for coming out. You got any friends or relatives or anything? VantageRacing.tv on the internet. Let's go racing. Jim Kimmel, Jeremy Hoskinson, Ryan Feynman, Shannon Pospischel, Brian Harms, Kyle Schutt, Christy Rosberg. Out of turn number 4, lap number 1, it's going to go to gentleman Jim Kimmel, Jeremy Hoskinson, Ryan Feynman, Shannon Pospischel, Brian Harms, Kyle Schutt, and Christy Rosberg. Jim Kimmel with the lead. Jeremy Hoskinson in second. Ryan Feynman third. Shannon Pospischel fourth. Brian Harms sitting in that fifth spot. Kyle Schutt in sixth. And Christy Rosberg in seventh. Jim Kimmel. Jeremy Hoskinson now putting the pressure on him. Looking to the inside. Turn number 4. Can't quite do it. It's still Jim Kimmel. Jeremy Hoskinson, Ryan Feynman, Shannon Pospischel, Kyle Schutt, Brian Harms, and Christy Rosberg. And Christy's about ready to get passed by the leaders in turn number 4. So Kimmel dips to the inside of Christy along with Jeremy Hoskinson. Then it's Ryan Feynman, Shannon Pospischel, Kyle Schutt, Brian Harms, Christy Rosberg. Oh, Hoskinson slides a little sideways over there in 3 and 4, loses a little ground to Jim Kimmel. He has the lead. Then it's Jeremy Hoskinson, Ryan Feynman, Shannon Pospischel, Kyle Schutt, Brian Harms, Christy Rosberg. Two laps to go, gentlemen. Jim Kimmel, Jeremy Hoskinson, Ryan Feynman, Shannon Pospischel, Kyle Schutt, Brian Harms, Christy Rosberg. White flags out, 1 to go. Gentlemen, Jim Kimmel, Jeremy Hoskinson, Ryan Feynman, Shannon Pospischel, Kyle Schutt, Brian Harms, and Christy Rosberg. On a heavy, heavy track here tonight at Off-Road Speedway. Come around to get the checkered flag. It's going to be gentlemen Jim Kimmel, Jeremy Hoskinson second, Ryan Feynman in third, Shannon Pospischel will finish in fourth. Fifth will go to Kyle Schutt. Sixth will go to Brian Harms. And in seventh, Christy Rosberg. But your winner from Norfolk, driving a 17K, give it up to gentleman Jim Kimmel. All I got to say is there'll be some wind blowing up here tonight, let me tell you. So setting the pace, Anthony Nelson brings the field out of turn number 4. Mike takes a look at him and says, let's go racing. Anthony Nelson, Cameron Wilkinson, Jordan Euling, Nate DeSive, Toby Ives, Joe Rosberg, Lowell Jansen. Look at Nate DeSive splitting Euling and Wilkinson. Going on the outside, it is still Anthony Nelson. Then we have Nate DeSive, Cameron Wilkinson, Jordan Euling, Toby Ives, Lowell Jansen, and Joe Rosberg. Getting a little slideways over there in turn 2. Down the lead, it is Nate DeSive, followed by Cameron Wilkinson. Whoa, hang on to it, Toby! Just off the wall. Anthony Nelson in that third spot. Then it's Toby Ives, Jordan Euling, Lowell Jansen, and Joe Rosberg. Nate DeSive with the lead, followed by Cameron Wilkinson. Anthony Nelson. Then it is Toby Ives, Jordan Euling, Lowell Jansen, and Joe Rosberg. Coming out of turn 4 this time. 4 down, 4 to go for Nate DeSibe. But here comes the Neely Nightmare, Cameron Wilkinson. Then it's Anthony Nelson, Toby Ives, Lowell Jansen, Joe Rosberg, Jordan Euling. Nate DeSibe with the lead, sliding it sideways. Not hard to do on this track tonight with Cameron Wilkinson in tow in second. Anthony Nelson, then it is Toby Ives, Lowell Jansen, Joe Rosberg, Jordan Euling. The battle up front, though, between Nate DeSibe, Cameron Wilkinson. 2 laps to go. Then back away is the third place, Anthony Nelson. Then it's Toby Ives. Look at this. Joe Rosberg and Lowell Jansen a little touching over there in turn 4. Then it is Jordan Euling. Coming around this time to the white flag. 1 lap to go. It is Nate DeSibe, Cameron Wilkinson, Anthony Nelson, Toby Ives, Joe Rosberg, Lowell Jansen, Jordan Euling. Now here it is. Wilkinson with the lat. Inside move in turn number 2. Almost got a little tongue-tied there. That's got to, well. Anyway, Cameron Wilkinson, the Neely Nightmare, is going to pull it off. He gets the win. It's going to be Nate DeSibe second, Anthony Nelson in third, Toby Ives, Joe Rosberg, Lowell Jansen, and Jordan Euling. So your winner from Neely, give it up to the 52 of Cameron Wilkinson. So setting the pace to 4, Mark Arduza brings the field to turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, let's go racing. Mark Arduza, Gage Cook, Trent Johnson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, Tanner Euling. Lap 1 in the boost is going to go to Mark Arduza, Gage Cook, Trent Johnson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, and Tanner Euling. Mark Arduza with the lead going into turn 3, followed by Gage Cook, Trent Johnson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, and Tanner Euling. Mark Arduza with the lead, chasing him down the 96 of Gage Cook, the 19 of Trent Johnson, the 6 of Wyatt Lehman, the 56 of Nate Buck, the 58T of Tanner Euling. 3 down, 5 to go. It's Mark Arduza, Gage Cook, Trent Johnson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, and Tanner Euling. Four laps down, 4 to go. Mark Arduza has led throughout, followed by Gage Cook, Trent Johnson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, Tanner Euling. Mark Arduza with the lead, followed by Gage Cook, Trent Johnson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, Tanner Euling. It is Mark Arduza, Gage Cook, Trent Johnson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, Tanner Euling, with 2 laps left to go. Oh, Gage Cook into the side of Mark Arduza at the white flag, 1 to go. Right side, Bromance, left side, Lovin' by Gage Cook on Mark Arduza. Then it's Trent Johnson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, Tanner Euling. Checker flag is going to fall for Mark Arduzer, Gage Cook, Trent Johnson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, and Tanner Euling. So your winner in the 4, give it up to Mark Arduzer.
You were asking about the...
Oh, yeah. Here to do battle, of course, the championship was rained out last week. Your 2019 track champion in the Sport Compacts went to the 21R of Ramsey Meyer. So then the pace, John Eisen brings him to turn 4. Let's go racing. Oh, Eisen in Cleveland, a little right side bromance, left side loving there. Parker Warbright trying to make it 3 wide, but it's Bo Cleveland down the backstretch. Parker Warbright, John Isom, Mark Benedict. Heavy track here tonight after we've had some rains here in the Norfolk area. And lap 1 goes to Bo Cleveland. Parker Warbright, John Isom, and Mark Benedict. Now Parker Warbright looks to the inside of Bo Cleveland for the lead down the backstretch. Drag race in the turn number 3. Parker Warbright, Bo Cleveland. At the line, it's going to be Parker Warbright by half a car with Bo Cleveland. Then it is John Isom and Mark Benedict. Out of turn number 2 down the backstretch, it is Parker Warbright. Look at Bo Cleveland fighting back on the inside. Oh, slips up contact. Shoves Warbright up the hill. He takes the lead. Warbright the 2nd. Benedict the 3rd, Isom the 4th. So it's Bo Cleveland, Parker Warbright, Mark Benedict, John Isom. Two laps left to go. It is Bo Cleveland, Parker Warbright, Mark Benedict, and John Isom. White flag is out, 1 to go. It is Bo Cleveland. Parker Warbright gives a little bump to the rump there, said, I'm still back here. And now moves to the inside to take the lead. It's a drag race out of 2 down the backstretch. Isom in 3rd, Benedict in 4th. Now Warbright with the lead. Cleveland on the outside. Out of turn number 4, it's going to go to Parker Warbright. Bo Cleveland. Now we'll wait for 3rd and 4th there as they slowly come out of turn number 4 on this heavy track. It's going to be John Isom, Mark Benedict. So your winner in the 12X. Give it up to Parker Warbright.
We had a guy that competed at Riviera Raceway from up in there as a green. I think he was sponsored by a John Deere dealer.
There you go. Well, it looks like we got a B feature going on in the IMCA hobby stocks. It looks like Kyle Schutz got the point. Nate Buck's on the inside of row number 2. We'll hold off on that, Don. While we get done with this right here, we'll our interview with Don Wyrick. And let's go racing. Joe Rosberg out there, also the 90 of Brian Harms. The 39 of Lowell Jansen. The 58T of Tanner Euling. The 7T of Jordan Euling. But leading lap number 1, it is Kyle Schutt, followed by Nate Buck, Brian Harms, Lowell Jansen, Joe Rosberg. There's some right-by bromancing going on there. I don't think Don would know anything about Rubbins racing, you know. But anyway, Kyle Schutt has the lead, followed by Nate Buck. Brian Harms, I think they're taking the top 4. That would be Joe Rosberg right now in that 4th spot. And then it is Lowell Jansen, Tanner Euling, Jordan Euling, and then TJ Milky's out there in the 77 trying his car out. But it is Kyle Schutt, Nate Buck, Brian Harms, Joe Rosberg, Lowell Jansen. Then it is Tanner Euling, Jordan Euling, and then TJ Milkey. Kyle Shutt with the lead, but look at this. Here comes Nate Buck. Nate Buck and Kyle Shutt. A little touch out of a turn number 4. More touching in turn number 1. Battle for the lead. Kyle Shutt, Nate Buck, Brian Harms, Joe Rosberg, Lowell Jansen, Tanner Euling, Jordan Euling. 3 laps of the go. It is Kyle Shutt, Nate Buck, Brian Harms, Joe Rosberg. Now, if they're taking the top 4 cars, you're already in a transfer. Don't want to risk it too much. Knock yourself out and not make the A feature. So 2 laps of the go. It is Kyle Shutt, Nate Buck, Joe Rosberg, Brian Harms, and it's Lowell Jansen, Tanner Euling, and Jordan Euling. White flag is coming out. 1 to go for Kyle Shutt. Nate Buck, Joe Rosberg, Brian Harms, and it's Lowell Jansen, Tanner Euling, Jordan Euling. Nate Buck once again, oh, he thought about it. Had to hit the binders. And we're coming around the checker flag. I believe the top 4 qualifiers go to A main. That will be Kyle Shutt. Nate Buck's going to A racing. Joe Rosberg, Brian Harms, and it's Lowell Jansen, Tanner Euling, and Jordan Euling. So your top 4 is 90 of Brian Harms, the 3J of Joe Rosberg, the 56 of Nate Buck, and the 12 of Kyle Shutt. Out of 4, let's go racing. Down into turn number 3, it's Parker Volbright, Bo Cleveland, Mark Benedict, John Isom. Lap 1 in the books, 5 to go for Parker Volbright, Bo Cleveland, Mark Benedict, John Isom. Four laps to go. Parker Volbright, Bo Cleveland, Mark Benedict, John Isom. Three down, 3 to go. It is Parker Volbright, Bo Cleveland, Mark Benedict, and John Isom. Two laps to go. Parker Volbright, Bo Cleveland, Mark Benedict, John Isom. White flags coming out, 1 to go. It is Parker Volbright, Bo Cleveland, Mark Benedict, John Isom. And the checker flag's out for the 12X of Parker Volbright. Bo Cleveland will finish in second, Mark Benedict in third, and John Isom in fourth. All right, as they come around this time, the final time this season, ladies and gentlemen, your IMC Hobby Stocks. Everyone on your feet. Wave at your favorite driver. Wave at them all as they come on turn number 4. Here they come. Give them a nice send-off. It is your Hobby Stock. Start waving. I tell you the way it looked earlier today when I was down there at Columbus, we had our big tailgate party for the Huskers today, and it was raining. I'm going like, oh, I don't know about tonight. I got home and then I called Jared and nope. Jared said, we're racing. I said, good. On the highway I was. So Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, that's your front row. Mike's taking a look at him. The Hobby Stocks, the final time this season, they're a feature. And let's go racing. Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel. Oh, we got Trent Johnson up against the light pole on the infield. I don't think you want to be doing that, Trent. First lap, clean and green. Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Gage Cook, Jeremy Hoskinson, your top five. Nate DeSive. Here comes a double out buckshot, the coach, Shannon Bosmichel. Ryan Feynman. Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Jeremy Hoskinson, Gage Cook, Shannon Pospichel, Ryan Feynman, Nate DeSive, Anthony Nelson, Nate Buck, Wyatt Lehman, Kyle Shutt, Toby Ives, Brian Harms, and Joe Rosberg. Cameron Wilkinson, Trent Johnson got back on the track. It's on the outside wall coming out of two. And here comes your leader, Cameron Wilkinson, now encountering lap traffic. Oh! Little touch there. Cameron Wilkinson on Trent Johnson as he went by. Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Jeremy Hoskinson, Gage Cook, Ryan Feynman. Trent Johnson sliding for life down the front stretch here. Off into the infield by the signs. Cameron Wilkinson now puts a lap on Joe Rosberg. Then it's Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Jeremy Hoskinson, Gage Cook, Ryan Feynman, Shannon Pospichel, Anthony Nelson, chasing down Nate DeSive. Men here are clicking off the laps there, let me tell you. Oh, backstretch. Looks like the double out buckshot, the coach. Spun out over there in the backstretch, entering three. Cameron Wilkinson, the Neely Nightmare, in the lead. Gentleman Jim Kimmel running second. He's chosen the inside. Outside, the third place runner, that's Mark Arduzer. He's chosen the outside. Out of turn number 4, let's go back to green flag racing. Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer in the drag race for second and third. Jeremy Hoskinson looking on the inside of Gage Cook for that fourth spot. Gets it. Now he's looking at the inside of Mark Arduzer for third. Here comes Ryan Feynman. Looking for fourth on Gage Cook, right behind Jeremy Hoskinson, and gets it. Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Jeremy Hoskinson, Ryan Feynman, Gage Cook. And it's Anthony Nelson, Wyatt Lehman, Nate Buck, Kyle Shutt, Toby Ives, Brian Harms, and off the pace going to the pits, Nate DeSive. Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Jeremy Hoskinson, Ryan Feynman, Gage Cook, Anthony Nelson, Wyatt Lehman. Hoskinson now looking on the inside of Mark Arduzer for third. Didn't quite do it coming out of 4. It is still Hoskinson, Feynman, Cook, Nelson, Lehman, and Buck. But in the lead, he's checking out the 52 of Cameron Wilkinson. Jim Kimmel running in second. Mark Arduzer in third. Then it's Jeremy Hoskins in fourth. Ryan Payman fifth. Sixth is Gage Cook. Cameron Wilkinson, a straightaway lead over Jim Kimmel. Mark Arduzer, Jeremy Hoskins, and Ryan Payman and Gage Cook are continuing in their battle of some right side bromance, left side love, and they really come together in turn two. Now they're both out the pace, and Lehman gets by him. Wyatt says, if you boys want to play, I'm going to go on by and keep on racing. As Ryan Payman's right side of his car doesn't look as good as it did when he started this race. Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Gage Cook and Ryan Payman have entered their battle over there, entering turn number 3. And 724-094. Go see Brian, first come, first serve. He's got some gifts to give away down there. As we'll try it again, Cameron Wilkinson out of turn number 4. Let's go racing. Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Jeremy Hoskinson, Wyatt Lehman, Anthony Nelson, Kyle Shutt, Nate Buck, Toby Ives, Brian Harms, and Gage Cook. Coming around this time, 2 laps to go for Cameron Wilkinson, Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Jeremy Hoskinson, Wyatt Lehman, Anthony Nelson, Nate Buck, Kyle Shutt, Brian Harms, Gage Cook. White flags coming out, 1 to go for Cameron Wilkinson. Jim Kimmel, Mark Arduzer, Jeremy Hoskinson, Wyatt Lehman. And the checker flag goes to the Neely Nightmare, Cameron Wilkinson. Jim Kimmel in second. Mark Arduzer in third. Wyatt Lehman, Anthony Nelson, Jeremy Hoskinson, Nate Buck, Kyle Shutt, Brian Harms, Gage Cook, and Toby Ives. So the top 3 will pull it up here on the front stretch. The final time this season in your IMCA hobby stocks.